Well, good morning. And if you are here and it looks like it's just Chris so far, will you tell me if the audio is working? Because I have PTSD about talking to nobody. While we wait for somebody to confirm that the audio is on, I'm hoping that you can hear this. And I want to welcome you to the Wednesday weekly live stream. And I have lots of plans to just shoot the breeze and drink coffee, and hopefully you will do the same with me if you are here. If you've managed to make it here so far, please hit the like button. Let YouTube know that you are here, this is happening, and it will encourage the notifications to go out. And if, hey, Chris, if it's just you and me talking, I just looked at my phone. And it was really exciting because I looked at my phone and just checked the traffic report from yesterday on the news site, on the MIGA site, and saw that I had basically the best day so far. It was almost double like the average daily traffic that I've been seeing, like this big spike yesterday. So I sent you the picture of it because I was so excited about it. And there is a confirmation that the audio is working. That is awesome. Thank you, KB Loves Karma. I don't know if people are going to roll in today or not, but if you are catching this on the replay, please let me know that you were here. It's awesome, even if you can't be here live. And it's too bad because you will be totally missing the fact that I'm repping my my swag. Is that what I get to call it? My WP Eagle t-shirt. It fits really good. It turns out I actually got the right size this time. And you know what? This package took almost a month to get here. And when it arrived, it literally looked like you would imagine a bird, like an eagle would look like if it had been flying for thousands of miles. The package was like about this big, and it had like, the paper was like torn and like bent. And I looked at it, I was like, somebody stuffed a piece of garbage into my mailbox. That's what it looked like. And I pulled it out, and then I realized that it was actually had only traveled from about Maryland. And turns out the t-shirt and the mug were in good shape. So this is my shirt. Thank you, Alex, very much. I love t-shirts. And if anybody else wants to send me a t-shirt to wear during my live streams, just reach out to me. I'm happy to wear shirts. It's awesome that nobody's here because then I can talk about all kinds of things that normally I would feel a little embarrassed about. KB Loves Karma says, clocks went forward in the US, but here in the UK, they go forward into March. So this live is an hour early for me. Oh, well, that could be why people are like, what's happening? Because it's not their normal time slot. And then they'll see this later and be like, what happened? I sadly do not have control over any of that. I just like jump into the stream at the normal time. But like I said, it gives me a chance to talk to whoever is in the chat if they want to chat. And then also just make, I guess, some comments for posterity's sake. Like I said, because nobody is here. So I can say whatever I want. First shout out I wanted to do was to Next Gen, who is in our MIGA group. He or she had their first Amazon sale here in the last couple of days for the site that they started in April. And so I just was like gonna pat myself on the back for you because that's really exciting. Like to get that first site is going and then starting to get the first sale is really awesome. There was a question in the comments of the last live stream about Generate Press. The question was, is it good for ads? I personally use it on my sites that run ads. So I personally think that it works just fine for ads. It's pretty light and responsive and easy to put ads on it, but other people on the replay, you can let me know what you think if you disagree. Another thing that happened in the last week was that Ezoic did their Access Now launch on Monday, and I didn't have as many people hit the link this time around because I think this audience, for the most part, if you wanted to get in, that you were in. Hey, Fahad, what is going on? Thanks for jumping on. I know this is maybe at a weird time for folks who didn't suffer through daylight savings, so it's nice to see you here, even though it might be an unusual time for you. But I was saying that not a lot of people hit the Access Now link, which is what I expected. But if you were someone who wanted to get it and didn't, please let me know because, again, I can go and advocate to them that they should open it up again because I know people who want to do it. But if nobody wants it, then there's no point in doing that. Next week, Doug Cunnington is going to come on the live stream and I need to do the thumbnail. Hey, Adrian, so far you have missed me kind of laughing, kind of like almost being excited about the fact that there was very few people here, because then I could uh, talk about things that maybe I wouldn't normally want to talk about because there's nobody here to hear it. Uh, but yeah. Yeah, no, so this is something I would want people to hear if they catch it on the replay. Doug Huntington is coming on Wednesday, so I haven't decided what we are going to talk about, but I don't think it's going to be the standard like Q&A interview where I just ask Doug a lot of questions, because Doug puts out all the content, and I think most of us have seen Doug on his channel and then also on other channels. So I'm currently trying to think of something interesting and fun and unique to do. So I think it will be worthwhile to come and hang out for the stream. And then the week after that, I actually have Luke Jordan lined up. He is finally interested in doing a live stream. I think that he's really recently put an emphasis on YouTube, and I really like a lot of the stuff that he's creating over on his channel right now. I actually watched like 3 of his videos this morning. I think his thumbnails are getting sharper, and his content is getting sharper, and you can just really see the improvement on his channel. It's just crazy how he's figuring this stuff out. Like when he puts his time and attention into something, you just watch it grow. Adrian says, ask Doug about email marketing tips. All right. Email marketing is something that I'm not good at. So he is like a prime person to ask, because that's a big part of his business and not for me. Adrian, I am wondering, how are things going on your sites? I've seen you in the MIGA group, but it seems like in the Make the Internet Great Again accountability group that a lot of people are falling off. And that is not unexpected. It's month 3. And, you know, I personally am finding myself struggling more this month than I did in January, February. I mean, there's like when you have, you know, multiple things you do, like jobs and kids, like it's really hard to put in 125%, like for months and months on end. I'm just staying really focused on the goal that I have for the month, and like kind of being okay with not getting everything else done. Like I haven't posted as much on YouTube, and the podcast is kind of on like a mini hiatus, just because I think the content on the news site is so important, and I'm going to be kind to myself about that and like be okay with it, because I really think that building this new site is important. And so, yeah, it's going to happen and some other things may suffer, but in the meantime, like I'll get back to those things. They're not going anywhere. They're continuing to do things, do work for me while I work on other things. So one of the things I did, and you guys will laugh, you guys and gals may laugh at me, but I recently started TikTok, and not because I really like the idea of doing dancing, but just because I want to see if it's a legitimate vehicle to drive traffic to my YouTube channel, and also to see if there is an audience there that I could build and pull and bring over here. And so what it means, though, is that I'm back in that stage of not knowing how to use a platform, and basically like feeling embarrassed most of the time while trying it out. But I've been talking to my good friend John Davis, who's also having some success on TikTok, you know, with a really small channel, and just drawing people from TikTok to his YouTube channel. And you know, if you follow me, that making it to 10,000 subscribers this year is one of those goals. But I don't always have time to make videos, right? I just don't. It takes me probably 3 to 5 hours to make a video, and it takes me, if I like know what I want to make a TikTok about, between like 5 and 15 minutes to do that. And I mean, I'm sure it will get more intensive the more work I do on it. But as far as like if this could be a legitimate vehicle to drive traffic to my YouTube channel, so I'm just going to start with doing 30 days of posting on TikTok at least once a day. And then I'll just come back and say, here's what happened. And it's not like I want everybody to go over and like create a TikTok. But if you are on TikTok, I put the link to my profile in the description of this. And yes, it's embarrassing. And yes, I am creating content, just learning basically. Like I'm trying it out. And so is this all content that I would love to come and like post on YouTube? It isn't, but it's fun. And it's fun. And I'm totally cool with people roasting me for it. But sometimes I think also that I like making the shorts, and I kind of like making them humorous. And I don't know necessarily that this is the right platform for that material, because people are here for serious things. They want to build their businesses, and like they don't necessarily want to get served me being silly. So TikTok might be the place for that part of my personality. Minted Empire Keith said, good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. You know, that is funny, actually, is maybe that is why people are moving slowly today, is because people are engaged in other activities today around the world. I'm still at home drinking coffee and not partying myself. So, hey, Steve, what's going on? You said he's late due to a laptop freeze. Well, we just assumed that it was because of the daylight savings time, and people around the world were like, this is at the wrong time. This is not, my routine is different. So they'll have to catch this on the replay or just get notified in the middle of it, and then they'll be pissed off because they missed it. Hey, there's Bhavin. What's going on? All the best on TikTok. Says nothing embarrassing as long as you're doing something. You know what? That is really how this all plays out. Like, it's just a matter of trying things and being okay with it, like, not going anywhere. And I do honestly think that if I was able to go to TikTok and then actually commit to it for 30 days, which I am doing, and then come back and say, okay, here's what I learned. Like, there's value in that, even though I don't think everybody from this group is going to rush over there and do TikTok unless there was something dramatic. I honestly don't expect dramatic results because I don't think I'm posting enough. I think the people who do see a lot of growth on TikTok are posting 3 to 4 videos a day. And who's got time for that? I don't have time for that. I have a lot more content to write. So what is going on with you, Steve, though? How's it going? Like, how was this last week? Fahad says, TikTok scares me. You know, I mean, the app, like the fact that the app spies on you, or like, Fahad, you are on YouTube and your YouTube channel is great. So it just blows my mind that TikTok for you would be intimidating, because it seems like you've already made the jump to being in front of the camera and like putting yourself out there. So TikTok, it just seems like it's like another step on the same road. I don't think you have to show skin and do the dances to make a successful profile or successful channel or to grow an audience. I have kind of lurked on it for the last 3 or 4 months, and I think there's a lot of people on there. You just have to like hang out on it enough to really find your people and get away from the content that is not your content. Adrian says, Discover appeared in my GSC the other days, a really huge spike in traffic, over 200 page views a day. That is a spike. First article was published only on 4th of February, now around 40 articles. Awesome. It says 90% already indexed, so pretty good for how old the website is. I noticed different love from Google since it is an expired domain. That is not unexpected, but that is awesome. Sometimes the worry about expired domains is that maybe there will be some negative treatment towards them. Maybe there's something that happened in the past to them that you don't necessarily know, or you can't necessarily discover through due diligence. And so I think I always breathe a sigh of relief, like a big, like you tried something and then you see positive progress. You're like, oh, it's working. It's working. So anyway, so yeah, the link, if you want to follow me on TikTok or laugh with me, or if you have a TikTok channel of your own and you want me to follow you because you're planning on growing that, let me know, because we can grow together. Fahad says that he's currently writing a post as I'm watching, and good on you. If you are listening to the stream and working, that is totally fine. You do not have to engage in the chat, but if you are, just let us know, because it's great to know that you're here and getting work done. Pete says dance moves. I cannot say that I will never do TikTok dancing, but right now it seems really unlikely. What I will say is that I don't plan on doing like these really skin like revealing videos. I feel like, I mean, I have like a little respect for myself. I mean, not very much, but that's, I mean, I swore that I would never do like thumbnails on YouTube where I would make faces, and I'm slowly like getting adjusted. Like I'm slowly getting there, but I still just don't ever see myself in a bathing suit. Like I just, on TikTok, that just, I feel like I'm old. I'm like that ship has like sailed, like whew, it's gone. What else is on my list to talk about today? I talked about the TikTok, answered the generate press question, gave a shout out to NextGen. I also would love to shout out anybody else who wants to announce any of their wins in the last week. I have gotten some of those wins offline, but not everybody wants me talking about them on the live stream, and that is okay. I want to talk about a win of my own that I'm excited about, and I was talking about it a little bit before people started jumping on because it was just me and Chris, but I just checked my Google Analytics, and I have become a refresher again, and I swore I would not do this, but because I don't like wasting time, and also like my attitude going up and down based upon how my analytics look. But I've become a refresher again. I check once a day for Google Analytics for the new site, and I just checked it right before the stream popped out, and so I've been getting somewhere between like 10 and 30 users a day on the site, and today was over 40 plus and almost 50. And so you'd see there's nothing better, I feel like, than seeing the graph going, and then like this big spike like this, like, and to see one of those, I was just really thrilled and super excited to go back to my computer and like create more content. Steve says, slowly going through the search analysis still and trying to make judgments on each one and searching for name and logo inspiration. You know, that can suck up so much time, like trying to find the right niche and the right keywords and all of the things. And for me, ultimately, I just dove in and just said, okay, I'm going to start here and try to learn something as I go, because there's so much learning happening for me right now, you know, as far as keyword research. And then you write in a keyword, and then you write the blog post, and then you see what it does and how it performs, and or if it does nothing. And there's a lot of learning happening. Pete says he got 3 Amazon.com sales and his account was approved today. This is me patting Pete on the back. I'm patting myself, but Pete, congratulations. You did what I was unable to do with my first site, which is get Amazon approved. The first site I tried to get approved for Amazon, I did not. And that site does not exist anymore. So you did what I could not. Congratulations. There's Gabrielle. Hello, back from the dead. How is it going? You have been working really hard. As I recall, your job was just crazy. And so I'm wondering, how are things? Like, how's it going? I mean, what are you up to? Are you working on your stuff at all? And what's the plan going forward? Yeah, I know, right? Like, that's a big deal. Everybody, if you are here and you are able to make comments, you should congratulate Pete for a good job, because it's awesome. You can also congratulate me or help me by hitting the like button. There's 6 likes. Maybe we'll get as many people as there are on the stream. I did want to also talk about the MIGA site because I'm still super excited about it. And I was looking at stats before I got on, and I'm honestly super jazzed about hurrying up to the end of the month so that I can do the my March update, because one, I think that there's going to be a major traffic jump that I'll be able to come back and report about. I've had a couple of requests for the niche selection video and the keyword research analysis video to just go in this playlist on YouTube, so I'm planning on doing that. I've been watching the EPMV in my big data analytics on Ezoic, you know, and it bounces up and down because there's just not enough traffic really going through the site yet for that to really, for the ad tester to do its thing. But what's cool about it is that it's averaging about $10. And my goal, honestly, I was going to feel really excited if the site had an EPMV of $10 or higher. There are some like big days where the EPMV is as high as 20, and then some days where it's as low as 5. So I know that it could settle somewhere in there, but I have another site that I worked on really hard, my AdSense case study, where the EPMV, because of the articles that took off, settles around like $5 or $6. And so it gets plenty of traffic, but it really under earns because the EPMV is so low. So to see this settling, you know, maybe at 10 or above, and then you think, okay, in Q4, it should be dramatically more. And I know I just know that if I can get traffic to the site with at least a $10 RPM, that I can make some money with this site. So that is, that's exciting. I'm also looking at the RPMs of the pages. So you go to the content section over there in Big Data Analytics, and then just looking at the individual RPMs of the pages. And and just definitely planning on creating content around those pages, which seem to be higher value. And I can't always necessarily tell what makes those pages more valuable as far as who's advertising on them. And I guess I should look, but guessing at the keywords. And so I can either create more content around those types of keywords or try to create supporting content to those pages that have a high RPM to try to encourage more traffic to them. I mean, it could even be worthwhile to build links to them in the future because the RPMs on those are so high as compared to the other stuff. But since I'm not really much of a link builder, then that's a project like for the future. Checking the chat, I see 24K Will. Hey, Amelia, it says, caught me out with the time change because of daylight savings. Yeah, we talked about that early on, and I'm sorry, it didn't even occur to me to send out like a note or anything to say, hey, by the way, the time is different. And then the notifications sometimes don't go out for hours, right? You're going live and then you get the notification for it like 4 hours later. You're like, super helpful. Thank you, YouTube. But it's good to see you here and would love to hear an update how things are going with you. And I was wondering how you feel about your YouTube efforts so far. I know you've got a couple of videos out and just wondering, do you feel like it's worth the time and the effort to try and build an audience here on YouTube, at least so far? Gabrielle says, baby on the way, have to put in the hours. Well, congratulations. That is really cool. We're congratulating Pete on his Amazon success, but I almost feel like websites and babies are kind of similar, right? Because we invest so much into them and then we get excited about their growth. And it's almost like we're parents because we build websites. Obviously, a baby is, like a big deal, but it's still really awesome. I know, yes, we should be congratulating Gabrielle also with the baby on the way. Even if it was unexpected, it's still just a blessing, in my opinion. I like babies. I like children in general, but that's why I have 3. Oh, let's see. I was also looking at analytics for the MIGA site and just looking at the spread of the top 10 articles. And I also feel really good about this because sometimes, you have a site where like 1 or 2 articles take off. So you have, the rest of the articles get like 1 or 2 visits a day. And then you have the top 3 or 4 that are getting the bulk of the traffic. And in the top 10 articles in the last 30 days, the top one got 37 views. And then the bottom one in the top 10. So number 1 got 37 views. And then number 10 got 22 views. And the spread in there is really broad. So I feel good about that as well, because I don't have one page, one post, or like 2 or 3 posts or one cluster that's just taking off and leaving everything else behind. So I feel like in general, the site overall is going in the right direction. And that's really fun right now to go and check analytics. I only do it once a day. I might have it on the other screen right now, but yeah, no, I'm really jazzed and looking forward to making the end of the month video. And the usual suspects that we usually catch in here. Stiggs was here last week giving me a hard time, and I was looking forward to hassling him, but he didn't make it in here today. Will says, I haven't made much progress on my site in the past week, hence no updates. One of these weeks, but we'll update once I get the articles I'm working on now. But in terms of YouTube, yes, well, and there's YouTube. Gabrielle says, thank you. Says, you're welcome. It says, now I am a believer. Gonna work after hours no matter what. Yes. Yes, well, when you have your family and you have the job and all the things, then failure really becomes not an option, like at all. Guys, I don't think I'm going to make it the whole hour today. I think that the time change is definitely hosed some folks, and they're going to catch us later and be like, oh, dang, I have a lot of content to write, and I am certain that you folks do too. And so what I'm going to actually do, because I think I went through all of my updates and checked in, I admitted that I had started on TikTok and invited you to join me, please. So I'm not alone there. I feel really old. And yeah, I've got a lot of work to do, and I'm sure you do too. Hey, Alex, I went through and I told the story of how your shirt landed at my house after like 3 weeks. Yeah, I just want everybody to know I got my shirt. And if anybody else wanted to send me a shirt, I'm happy to wear it. All right, everyone. I will be back next Wednesday with Doug Cunnington. I am excited to have him on the show, and we're going to do something fun, I think, and then come back the week after that to see Luke Jordan, who I'm also hoping to have a really fun chat with. Before I wrap up, Will says I'll be making more videos, and I think that's awesome because, guys, Will's videos are good. They're mainly to help my learning. I want to be more active in the community, and they don't take too long to make. Well, that's good. Mine take forever. So you're positioned to be much farther ahead in the short term and in the long term than I was. See you later, Adrian. I look forward to catching you next Wednesday. And for all the folks that missed this and are catching it on the replay, please leave me a comment in the description. Let me know the description in the comments. I'm constantly doing this thing, leaving comments in the description. That is wrong. The links are in the description. Your comments go in the comment section. All right. Get some work done. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. See you later.